G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So for today's video here we're going to be going through 3 team builds that you could potentially be running the STR Teles on global at the moment. Really good EZA, but unfortunately an EZA that we're probably not going to be able to get the most use out of until after worldwide downloads finished and we've got all the new units and EZAs to drop, because it does require either Terrifying Conquerors or Planetary Destruction units, and they are pretty limited at the moment, as you'll see throughout the video. So as you see, I've got in Rainbow Link level 10 there. The first team that we're looking at is a Terrifying Conquerors / Gifted Warriors team. So it is with the Int Piccolos as our leader here. You've got Turles, we've got the Tech Vegeta and the AGL Broly, so they're our 2 units that aren't on Terrifying Conquerors. We've got Amon and Raisin, and then also Diaz and Cacao. I do have them reversed at the moment because I must have just put their dupe into them. But for this one, it'll be Amon and Raisin rocking with the STR Tours, and then Broly and Vegeta as our other rotation. We'd be floating Diaz and Cacao, and also both the Piccolo. So that's going to get the Tours' damage reduction. He will also be getting the support from Amon and Raisin, so I feel like them as a rotation will work pretty well. Their ability to sit in slot 1 is definitely not as good as it was, but still, it's a spot filler for the time being until this team does get better. So remember, you could change that up with an AGL Golden Freezer team. But the next one we've got is the STR Cooler, so we're going with a full Movie Bosses team. If you had Gun here, you could run Gun as your friend. We do have AGL Golden Freezer in here. He could be swapped for the LRs, but if we go here and just go to, where is Movie Bosses, and then we go for Terrifying Conquerors, you can see we are very limited in our slot 1 capabilities. So if we're not able to bring him, maybe it is you're forced into bringing something like that. But for this one, as you can see, we've also got the Broly Trio, the Int Golden Freezer, and then the AGL Super Broly. You'd be running Broly Trio with AGL Broly, and then I guess you're just stuck with Golden Freezer and the STR Turles. So again, another team that will drastically improve in a week's time when we do have the new Broly out, I'm assuming. And then the final team here we've got is the Physical Turles team. So this is the one that we're going to be rocking for the against Gohan and Piccolo here. We've got the 2 Physical Turles, both ours and friend. We've got the STR Turles, AGL AGL King Vegeta. We've got our 2 non-terrifying Conquerors units being the 6th anniversary LRs, and then we've got Amon and Raisin. So we're going in against Gohan and Piccolo. So we've had a quick change up here. Unfortunately, I loaded in and got terrible rotations for that last event, so I quit, and now I actually can't find a Turles friend. So we're moving back to the Int Piccolo Junior team here. We're going to take on the Master Roshi stage. I'm honestly not sure how this is going to go. We haven't done well with these rotations whatsoever here. The fact that Broly is in slot 7, there's a bunch of attacks here in slot 1. I'm going to use items, I don't care. To say that Dokkan has been absolutely stooging me while I've been trying to get today's videos recorded is absolutely an understatement. So we're just going in here, and we'll use a Ghost Usher. Why not? Vegeta here, he'll at least get 1 stack off his defense, means that he doesn't get any build up from being hit, and we'll be able to try and fix our rotations a little bit here, because we want to get the STR Tours alongside Amon and Raisin, and then the other rotation of Broly and Vegeta. So you can see Piccolo's numbers are pretty well increased here because we do have the STR Tours on rotation. He does provide the 50% support, which is huge. Unfortunately, we couldn't get him to 24 key. His animations still look amazing. But yeah, at 24 key, remember you do get the guaranteed crits as well as an additional super there. So what we'll do is we'll grab that. into that. So not much HP on this team, which is always really scary because, as you just saw, we took a bunch of normals, and now we're getting hit with a super, and we're pretty much dead at this point. So we need Diaz and Cacao to get their dodges off now, and if they don't dodge, we are dead. So bang, they do have a 30% chance to dodge, and then I also have like the 25% from their hidden potential, and I think they also get an extra 10% on top of the 30%, but I think that's based on space traveling warriors, not terrifying conquerors. So yeah, that would have been 40% from the passive, and then the 25 from the hidden potential. So Piccolo's still doing his thing. Capel, which is nice, and taking double digits. We can transform with Vegeta, why not? YOLO, because we can do that. We can pop that, we can get the cancel action, we get the guaranteed crits. No stacks here, so definitely not how you want to play to win. But anyway, we'll do that into that. We will have STR Teams on rotation up next. Vegeta gets hit there, so we get the extra guaranteed attack incoming. Yeah. So at least we're going to get the finish on this rotation is going to be the handy thing, and we may... I'm not even sure how I'm going to rock this next rotation. Hopefully we are doing pretty well in terms of key, and that will allow Turles to sit in slot 1, because with that big old damage reduction type advantage, he will be cooking. But the thing is, actually we'll be able to use his active skill as well. So given the active skill, that'll mean that he will be able to get to 24 key straight away anyway. So remember, you can use the active skill twice too, so you don't even have to play it too tactically. So we will pop that, and then I think if we do that into that that gives us as much healing as humanly possible. We're at 244k HP, so Turles does take a little bit of damage there, but he pumps out a 24 million attack stat here. Remember, this is guaranteed crits with a guaranteed additional, so bang, there's one. We follow up with a 13.7 as the next one, which is definitely good. Bang, we don't trigger the third. Dang, I have like 20 additional on Turles, so that's 40% chance that have just failed me. Bang, they get the additional, but I think they only have guard in slot 1, but I was scared that if a super would be there in slot 1 that they'd get cooked. But there we go, they actually do seal. They get one shot. There you go. Oh, sorry guys, I give up, honestly. Team building for this Turles is just terrible at the moment. There's really not much that we have to work with, because if you look at these categories, they're all categories that need humongous updates, unless you've got terrifying conquerors and you do have the AGL first form freezer, because his leader skill is definitely pretty good. But you look at Movie Boss's terrible spot. Final trump card, you can't really run because you need the Terrifying Conquerors and Planetary Destruction units. Space Traveling Warriors is just in a terrible spot. So unless you are going with Freezer, which we can look up here, and thanks game, auto-corrected, which is cool. Yeah, you can see that he is this Planetary Destruction / Space Traveling Warriors lead, and then so you do get the extra 30% there. So if you have First Form Freezer, you're probably in a much better situation than the rest of us, but at the moment it's just way too hard to build for STR Teams. But if you're going into lower form content, I'm sure you could rock something like with the SDR cooler as your lead anyway. So let me know your thoughts on Teams and his teams down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.